going on? What's going on, everyone? What's going on? We are wrapping up another week in the markets. It is Friday, April 26, 2019. Wrapping it up. What a day we had in the markets yesterday. It was another bloodbath. Another bloodbath. We had XL and X give us kind of an IRBT part two. Just faded out and just was a solid trade for us. Bloodbath in the market, just dumping shares left and right. Institutions getting the hell out. Look, probably gonna have a day two tomorrow, but we're gonna get into all that. So SPY, as you can see, sold off in the morning, relatively quickly and pretty fast, and bounced back. Found a little bit of support in the high 290s. And went red to green midday and traded relatively most of the day up in the green, but closed red. So when green red in the at the close down, a few points, a few cents. Sector-wise, it closed relatively red. You had four closing green. Healthcare ran the gamut, strongest of the sectors. So there's plenty of opportunities. Obviously, when you have a down market or up market, obviously opposite trades can happen, opposite directions can happen all day, every day. So, market direction doesn't necessarily dictate stock direction, but nonetheless, when you have something going in a particular direction and the market is actually going in that direction also, it's a little bit helpful. Let's just put it that way. So let's get into what we have going on into our watch list in Friday's session. We have quite a large watch list today. As you can see, it was just there was a lot of significant moves yesterday and plenty of opportunities. We're going to see, obviously, as we always do, cherry pick the best of the best of the best, and only, we're going to hop in something that we know that the conviction is high, and then our targets are going to be met nonetheless. So until we're a clear indication that our direction is going to be met, we just sit on the sidelines and wait. So let's get into this thing. So starting up, we got CLB. CLB, as you can see, had a significant gap down yesterday. It closed almost 8.5 points to the downside, and blowing through its 50-day. As you can see, so we don't see any support to low 63, so we like another point and a half to the downside. It's gonna be on watch for. It's traded pretty smoothly yesterday, so we're gonna see if it continues that way. That's the closest support that we like, and if anything stands in its way, it's gonna be a really very short bounce. 9 times out of 10, all stock does, all price does, when it has a kind of a slow bounce on a downtrend, is just pretty much just accumulating more shares to dump more on the market. So anyway, we like to see another point have a downside. Next up, we got INTU. INTU had a gap down last night after market close, so it's down significant price right now. As you can see on the trend lines on the bottom right, 249.20 is where it's trading at low as of last night after market. So we're going to see how it's going to finish pre-market this morning, and see, we like it to the 240 level if it shows weakness at the bell. If it shows weakness at the bell, we're definitely going to have a nice solid trade in our hands again. So we'll see if INTU is going to continue its bloodbath once the bell goes. Next up, IRBT. IRBT, obviously, as you can see, was a monster trade for us on Wednesday, and I had another significant down day yesterday, down 1.5. We didn't touch it, but it's still showing some significant weakness. Trading on its 200-day on the daily. But that wasn't helping, give it any support whatsoever. It blew right through that as well. So the target area is mid 95s. So you still got a few more points to the downside if it's showing some more weakness, And at the end of the day, as we all know, price goes much further in both directions as we always anticipate. So that's what we got going on. Next up, we got MMM, 3M's getting blown out. They had terrible news out. Earnings were not good. A lot of negative talk, a lot of bad catalysts going on. So this thing's dumping. Guys are dumping shares in a heartbeat, right? It's very high RBOL. Institutional ownership, as you can see, is 67%. ATR 428. So there's still a lot of meat on the bone for this thing. So unless they're going to have some type of turnaround and the market likes this thing, wants to bite up at these levels, we are going to be looking at another significant down day in the markets. So we're going to like this thing if it starts to trade weak and below VWAP. We're going to like it to the downside to the low 184s. Next up, MO. MO, as you can see, had its gap down yesterday and it's closed relatively weak. We like it, a couple more points to downside. So that being said, we don't see any reason for this thing to start filling its gap yet. But that being said, we're gonna wait, let the market show us that this is the time for it to step in. And once that happens, we will do what we do. QCOM, as you can see, put its resistance on 24, setting in lower highs and lower lows, and working its way down. So we're gonna see target-wise, it's tough to say. Obviously, we like it obviously to the low 83s, so it gives us another couple points of downside, but that's just a very near future target area. There's a lot of room to retrace and fill. Clearly not going to go down, to the 55 level as we said yesterday, but it probably will trade down a little bit more, a little bit further, and trade sideways. So maybe take a little bit more off this thing if it gives us an opportunity to step in. ROK, obviously, as you can see, had a significant drop yesterday as well, down over 12 points, and crossing its obviously 50-day, heading to its 200-day, and we like it to the 173 level. So as you can see, we have a couple more points of downside. It's showing some more weakness at the bell. We're gonna step in. SGEN it also had a gap down after market last night, trading at 65.20 right now. And that being said, it's showing some weakness after its fade out last week. It's been in a significant downtrend since mid-April, and blew right through its 200 days, so it's clearly showing some weakness. So we definitely like this thing to the mid 63 level. So from where it's trading after market last night, we like it to the mid 63. All right, SLAB obviously putting in its highs, resistance on the 24th, faded out all day yesterday, down 5 points, gave us some nice opportunities. And this thing is clearly, saw its top. So it's going to reach at 100 level. It's very, very possible. We're going to keep our close eye on this thing because it traded very, very nicely for us yesterday. So we anticipate another day 2 continuation. UPS, United Parcel Service, took a bit of a clip yesterday as well, down a little over 9 points. Support level we like our target to 103s, depending give or take how it's going to trade. But needs to show some weakness. We're going to see. Didn't really like how it traded in the morning. Obviously traded, towards the low end at the end of the day. But that being said, we're going to need to see this thing prove itself that it's still shares being dumped on the market. We got VC. VC, obviously, as you can see, had a significant down move on yesterday and down over 23%. No joke on this thing here. So clearly boys are jumping ship, and we like this thing another couple points to the downside. So there's no reason to get in the way of this thing. There's no support levels, nothing going to stop this thing until boys are done. And usually these levels are quite significant, especially if you have a month of support level around this $58 level. So we like another 2-3 points of downside to show some weakness. And if VWAP gets rejected, this thing's going down hard. So we like it. WAB, as you can see, had its move yesterday, down over 5 points, trading through its 50-day moving average. So we like this thing. It's clearly in a downtrend. Trade sideways for a couple months. Oh, sorry about that. Trade sideways for a couple months, but the significant down day yesterday did not help its company at all. So Westinghouse, we'll see what's going to happen with this thing after the dust settles in the beginning of the market. After the bell, and if it shows some weakness, we'll see if it gives us an opportunity to hop in and manage the risk. Last but not least, we have WWE. WWE wraps it up. Had a significant down day yesterday, closing over 13 points to the downside. Cracked right through its 50-day, heading to its 200-day. We don't see any reason for this thing to slow down until that level. Again, you might see some market maker manipulation in the mornings, trying to suck up some bottom feeders here. But if that same thing scenario happens and gets slammed, get trade down below VWAP, you know what's going to happen this thing. So we like to the 82 level. So we got a pretty healthy watch list heading into the last day of the week. So that being said, obviously, as you know, we cherry pick the best of the best. We sit and watch what happens with the market. We let market come to us. We let price come to us. We don't chase anything. So that being said, guys, if you like what we're doing here, you want to see how we're trading these charts, how we're trading these stocks, how we're picking our watch list, come check us out at thestreettrading.com. Check out our Twitter page, check out our Instagram page, and we will sort you out on the 90-day course. All right, guys, have a great day on the market and stay diligent with your stops. Be patient with price. All right, guys, have a good one.